me 5 seconds. Much love. Rhonda, what's good with you? Rhonda, how you feel? Much love and respect. Thank you for chiming in. If you chimed in earlier and you and it went out, please do me a favor. Come on back in. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see. All right, all right. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. If you're here, let us know you're here. I'm going to type something in. Please give me a 1 in the chat if you are here. If you can hear me in the chat, please do me the favor and put a 1 in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Peace and blessings. All right. Peace and blessings. All right, all right. If you in the chats, if you're here, I need to know if the live is being heard right now. So do me that favor and go ahead and just put a 1 in the chat. Just want to get the sound right. Make sure the sound is right.
Test it.
I got my man Daze the Nomad here. The Nomad. Peace and blessings. Please put a 1 in the chat if you're here. Do me the favor and go ahead and tag someone. Press like and share and follow. If you can follow the page, I really appreciate it. We're about to get real heavy in this interview right now. What's up, Float? Thank you, Float, for chiming in. Let me know that you are here and that you can hear the sound. My man, Float. Peace. Thank you for following those simple instructions, brother. It means a lot when you're doing this because you want to make sure that, you're being heard and you're not just talking to be talking. And it happens a lot. So I really appreciate that, Float. Peace and blessings for those that's chiming in. I got my man here. I've known him for a while now. And
more than 20 years.
Yeah, more than 20 years. It had to be more. Yeah, definitely more than 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
2023.
24.
Come on by,
maybe
man.
24, 25 years, bro. Yeah. Daze was a very interesting person. He was always coming around the barbershop every single day. And we talked about a lot of things back then, I can remember, you know what I mean? And because of what I seen him, where he was at and now where he is, I just felt that it would be a great thing for him to tell his story. And he's always had no problem with telling the story. He told the story to me plenty of times. I actually videotaped him many years ago. I think you had to be, how old are you now?
46.
Yeah, 46. So
damn,
I think
time going by. My bad, 47. Even though I look like I'm 27.
Yeah, well, definitely you was in your 20s when I interviewed you. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, definitely. So Daze, tell the people about who you are right now and your name, where you're from. You know what I mean? And where you grew up at.
Well, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to all my nomads and my nomadists that's, listening to this interview tonight. And also special thanks to my dog Supreme.
No doubt.
For bringing me on.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure.
You know how we do.
No doubt. Yes, sir.
Well, I go by the name Damon Hall. That's my government name. And my stage name is Daze the Nomad when I'm in the streets and whatnot. And I grew up in the system, in Camden County. And I was brought up and raised in a lot of foster homes, so to speak.
So when you say you grew up in the system, what age
I was about
that you started going into
going right into the system, like maybe when I was like anywhere between 1 and 2 years old.
Wow.
1 and 3 years old.
1 and 2 years old?
Yes.
Talk about that. Where, take us back to the beginning. That's why I call this In the Beginning.
Hey, well, the beginning for me, what I could like recollect and what I could remember and whatnot,
right,
is like growing up as a bad boy in Camden, New Jersey, in a foster home, and that foster family was my family, even to this day.
Right.
No matter what I've been through, because you know you can always forgive, never forget. But I forgave everybody in my life because I've been through so much that I was like, I won. So it's like,
right.
I mean,
is there anything that I shouldn't touch on?
Man, you can touch on anything. I'm an open book. See, that's one thing, man. Once I became an open book,
right,
that's when I became to love myself.
Fact.
You know, I started to understand myself.
Right, right.
I started to know myself. See, a lot of people, they're insecure with their feelings because they ain't doing no soul searching.
Facts.
I was soul searching when I met you.
I
was really deep soul searching.
So let's go back to the beginning. What was it that got you into the system, as we call it? How did you end up in the system?
My mom.
Okay.
And her not being able to raise me or my brothers. You know how it is. If the parents can't raise you,
right,
they're gonna put you in foster care automatically. Right. I mean, they supposed to find like some relatives, cousins, uncles, or aunts or nieces.
And that didn't happen.
That didn't work out. My mom, she told me, she said she wished she would have did that,
right,
but she didn't.
Right.
You know, so I was shipped into a foster care system.
And that was in Camden for the first time you knew, and that was when you were when you recollect, or when you was a little older?
I remember when I was 4 years old.
Right.
I remember when I'm like 4 to 5.
I remember you telling me years ago, I don't know if you can remember, you telling me about something how, you was looking for her to come back. It was something about, you was left somewhere or something, and you thought that she was coming back.
Maybe not in that context. It was more about when I was a little baby, man, when I was a boy, when I was 4 or 5, 6, 7 years old, right, I was able, for some reason, I knew my awareness. Like, I was able to know where I was going. I knew my surroundings. I knew what I was going through. Even the stuff I did, I knew I was going to do it intentionally or it was going to be a mistake.
Right.
It's like I had that always when it came to me just living life in the system. So I pretty much knew everything what was going on.
Oh.
Like, I remember those days my mom used to come in and kiss me. I used to go to the place where, they had the caseworkers and all that, to go see her, me and my brothers and whatnot, going to McDonald's, downtown Camden. Right. I remember all that, you know what I'm saying? But my life was like, I had all these memories, and then I went on to the next memories, and then the next memories. Right. I had all these phases in my life. Come on now.
So tell me about the first time you walked into a foster care home.
Well, let me put it like this.
Right.
When I left, all I knew was Camden, New Jersey, my family on Parkside. That's my family, even to this day. That's what I knew.
Parkside.
You see what I'm saying? But then once I left Camden for like the third time, because I came back 2 more times.
Right.
They took me right to a group home.
Oh, okay.
No, first it wasn't a group home. They took me to this spot. I forgot. It was like a boarding school. I'm not sure what it was.
But there was a lot of people there, though.
Put it like this. That week, I got into a fight, went crazy on somebody, and maybe I say about 3 months later, they kicked me out. And here I am. I'm only 7 years old. I remember this. It was like 1983. Okay.
Got you.
And then from there, they shipped me to a big-ass mansion, and my backyard was a beach. I was on a boardwalk in Manalocan. You got Manalocan, then you have Point Pleasant on this side, and you got Seaside Heights on this side. I was right in the middle.
Wow.
I mean, it's not even like a small town, not even 2 minutes. You right into Seaside Heights. 2 minutes, you're right in Point Pleasant.
Wow.
So I remember, when they put me in that spot, my brother used to always come and visit me.
You had an older brother or a younger brother?
2 older brothers at the time.
Okay.
So we all lived together.
y'all was in the same
Yes.
facility together.
But I was separated.
Oh.
They stayed together and I was separated.
So that first day you were separated from your
Bro, I
brothers.
still remember.
How did that make you feel?
Oh man, actually, it just made me feel like I was just lost. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I still remember that day when they came and got me.
Right.
And I'm just looking at the house and I'm just leaving. And then I fell asleep. And before you know it, 2 hours later, I'm at this spot.
How many people would you say? You said, I remember you saying there was a lot of people inside this facility. The boarding, it was like a boarding type of place.
Well, that one, it was more about it was a lot of people there, but that wasn't a time when I was starting to go into detentions or boarding schools or psych wards. They just had me going to this place, maybe like an evaluation or something, to see where my brain, my head was at.
Right.
And,
so why were they checking to see where your head was at then? Because you must have did something that caused them to say, okay, let's...
this. When I was growing up, I used to like playing with fire.
Right.
So I used to like, me and my friends, we'd see like it would be abandoned cars and whatnot.
Right.
I see a tire on the street, I set it on fire. I should do stuff like that.
Right.
Matter of fact, I even set my foster home on fire.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And
do you know where that came from? That anger, that just doing stuff, just kid stuff.
That actually, man, to me, it wasn't even anger. It was more about just me just doing what I wanted to do because I like doing it.
You wanted freedom.
You know? Yeah.
Right. I got you. You
know?
I got you.
And
No doubt.
so right there, like I was saying, when I went to that group home, and my backyard was the beach, you know, that's when I started to see another world. And then it just went from there to bouncing from here to there to there to there to there to there, all the way up until I was 18.
So you had different families?
Man, I had like over 15 foster families.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Facts.
That's deep.
Yep. I used to be in foster homes for like maybe 3 or 4 months. They call, you gotta come and get this motherfucker. He's crazy.
Right.
I wasn't crazy. I just didn't want to listen to you at times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was trying to be me. I was trying to, I was just doing what any other kid would do. But when you in the foster care system, you're not they blood. They don't care about you.
Right.
And I knew that. So
you felt that. Did you feel that?
And I was, did I? I was one of those types, if you spit at me, I'm gonna spit back at you.
Wow.
I was like that at a young age.
Wow.
Even at a young age, my awareness and everything was on point where I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was saying. I knew how I felt. Well,
there's a great percentage of foster children or children that's in the foster system.
Mm-hmm.
Like 80%, they say, is, have dealt with some mental issues and things of that nature. We all do. But as children, there was some, they say that there is a great percentage of that.
As of right now, like maybe 85, 90% right now, most of them go to jail.
Yeah.
Most of them are homeless.
Wow.
That's facts.
Do you think they're getting treated properly inside these facilities? And what did you experience that you can say, because I know you basically, to me, you're like the voice to the voiceless, because you have always talked about this in the barbershop.
Yep.
Always talked about this, because I never heard a brother who was in foster care talk about the things that he experienced. I never really, as much as I've heard you talk about it.
That was my therapy.
Yeah, that was
to get it off my chest.
Right.
You know, that's what kept me going in life.
Right.
That's what pushed me to not able to go to school and anything like that and be like, no, well, I'm gonna do it myself then. I did things on my own. I put myself through high school, literally. I put myself in college, literally.
Facts.
Nobody told me to go nowhere. They just said, here, you turn 18. They said, here, put you in an independent living program. I said, what? Bye. I'm going to find myself, with you or without you.
Was there a lot of abuse inside these foster care homes?
Oh, yeah, man. I used to always get physically abused a lot, man. Never been sexually abused. And if I was, I would have talked about it too, because there's no shame in my game when it comes to the system now.
Right.
But, I've been physically abused and all that stuff.
How so?
Man, I've had my hands burnt. You know what I'm saying?
By the parents or
by the foster parents. I've had foster parents get mad and throw me in a hot bath.
Damn.
Yeah, because I was one of those types where I get under your skin. They didn't like that. Oh well. And even when they did that, I went back and still did the same thing over again. It didn't stop me. You couldn't break me.
Right. They were trying to break you.
Man, as I got older, as I was getting older, I started to realize the powers I had. I feel as though we all are mutants in a sense.
Okay.
You know, we all have a gift.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Even if it's a negative gift, it's still a gift. And my gift to me was being able to have willpower. Being able to go through anything. You couldn't just break me.
Word.
Like, you know, when people get interrogated, I mean, you're going to have to, you cut my finger off. All that's going to do is make me want to like cut the other finger then.
Damn. So you turn pain into gain.
That's the way I like
pain
that.
into gain.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I?
Yeah, I definitely,
Yes.
I've seen you from 20-something years old, brother.
23.
So, yeah, real talk. So that's a blessing, brother. You know, so you rap now. Rap.
I don't even call it rap. You know that. I always said I was an MC or I'm a lyricist,
yes,
or I do poetry.
Poetry. Yeah, that was definitely a poet.
Everybody talks. Rapping is just talking. Everybody can talk.
Yes, sir. Real talk. Real talk.
So
I remember the first time you came in the shop. Not the first exact time, but I remember around the time, you know, that I can remember, you know, outright. I don't know if you worked one time for the restaurant on Martin Luther King Drive.
Yep, at the Ponderosa.
Ponderosa, yes, the Ponderosa.
I was working over there.
I remember you first got that job and you came in the shop and you said, "I got the job, Preem." I was like, "That's what's up."
Because I kept bugging the preacher guy.
Right,
Rest in peace. I forgot his name. Everybody loved him back in the day.
Yeah, is he still? I think he's still around, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Brother, what's his name?
Is he still around?
I don't know.
Back then, he was in the 60s.
Good brother, yeah, good brother.
And he was a great man. Always had his slick hair and everything. Always had the suits. I used to always go to his church and be like, "Give me this job, my brother. Let me work."
Minister something. Minister.
Always had the glasses.
Yeah, he was on Martin Luther King and Stegman. That was his church.
Yeah, okay.
Martin Luther King Stegman.
Well, I know his family's still around there.
Yeah,
or he's still around.
Yeah.
If he
Mackenzie.
There you go.
Mackenzie.
That do sound familiar.
I think it was Mackenzie.
Yup, it does.
I think it was Mackenzie. Yeah, that was.
That's right. You know why? Because I think he had a family member who was trying to put me on, trying to manage me. Remember back in the day, everybody wanted to manage me.
Right.
And he was one of them. Right. One of his family members.
Exactly.
Yep.
Facts. That's real talk. So, when you came in the shop, you definitely was excited about that job, and but you still said, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to really do it. And it's like you was always saying,
I was dreaming.
I was always dreaming.
I was always dreaming, man. You got to dream, man. I'm a big believer. I'm a firm believer in dreaming.
Right.
Because sometimes when you dream, that's when you get to close your eyes and relax and meditate. And get away from all the nonsense.
So you said rap is like therapy.
Rap is therapy.
Poetry is like therapy.
Yes, it is. It's therapy, man. It's therapeutic music for me. I never cared. You know that I never cared about money. That didn't care. And I always knew about it. Come on, man. I was around when I first started rapping. Remember, I was around major people. Remember, they used to take me to the labels every day, want to do this, and they couldn't figure me out because I was very outspoken. Remember?
Right.
They didn't like that.
Right.
And I'm glad I was like that because if I would have got signed, I would have been like these other rappers now.
Your soul.
You know what I mean? So, and I was never going to sell my soul.
Facts.
You know?
I feel you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So being that poetry was therapy for you, can you remember the first rap that you created, or the first poem that you created?
Yep.
And it sticks out in your head to this day. What was that? And can you give the people a piece of it that's watching?
I only know the hook.
Hook?
That's it, man. That was like I still remember the first.
Give us the hook.
I said something like, I said, living my life. I gotta get by, and if I don't, I gotta get high until the something like. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's something. I kind of forgot it though. But the funny thing about it is this: in Philly, I have storage that I've been paying for since 2015, since we've been up in New York City, and I got all my poor man's copies since Jersey City in a box.
And you got it in envelopes. That's
an envelope.
4-band
Because
copyright.
back in the day, I didn't really know too much about it. So I used to always just write my music and mail it back to me. Remember I used to do that?
Yeah, I remember.
And
I remember.
I still have them.
I remember. I
have
remember you
all-
showing me a few envelopes.
Yep. I
You know
still
what I mean?
got like 100 of them. They're in my storage.
That's what's up.
So
That's what's up.
yeah, man, I kept that because that's treasure to me.
Yeah. So for a minute when you was in Jersey
Mm-hmm.
and you left Camden,
Yes.
you were separated from your brothers
Yes.
and you didn't see them for a while.
I didn't see him maybe within that year, but then I started getting visits.
Right. That's what's up. All right. That's what's up. They started coming up here.
Hey, every time they came to visit me, we run on the beach,
was
run
happy-
around,
happy to
and
see
then when
them.
they leave, I start crying, and then I go back
Yeah.
to being Damon again.
Real talk. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. So have you, what do you got to say to the people who have going through and is going through at this moment some of the harsh realities that you were going through then? That may be 12, 11. What would you say to them that may be experiencing some things that you experience, but worse than you experience right now?
To be honest, I would tell them to do what I used to do. And I tell them every time they go in their bed and go to sleep, just talk to God. And that's what I used to do every night. I used to cry. I used to be like, why, God? Why? I used to be mad at him. I used to be like, why? And the reason why I say talk to God, because I never knew why. But I just had to talk to him. Because I was brought up thinking that God's supposed to save you. That's what they said. Because I was growing up in the church.
Right.
But then I realized that, man, God ain't saving me. But I used to always ask him, why? Why?
Right.
So I always tell these 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, no matter what age you are, if you're going through hell in a foster care system, to have your faith in the man upstairs
Right.
and believe in you. Because
Facts.
now, once you're in that foster care system, it's more like, I wouldn't even say putting up a defense, but it's more like you just have to cover all your grounds now. It's all about you now. It's like you have to just worry about you and only you and nobody else until you're able to be set free. And that's how I was. That's how I was living all the way up until I turned 18.
Nice.
Feel me?
That's what's up. So what are we doing now? I hear you definitely got music, which is your therapy, on all types of platforms now. So what are we doing with the music?
Well, it tells you, man. See, you always say bloodline runs deep.
Bloodline runs deep.
So I had to take that and steal it from you. So I started saying bloodline runs deep,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
And I say bloodline runs deep because I remember growing up in Camden, my brother Charles, my older brother, he used to always rap.
Right.
He used to write songs, put up my name and my other brother's name into it. And then that chapter just vanished when I was separated. But it tells you something about life, that your DNA is so strong, because here I was all this time. I had music in my blood because my mom used to sing. She was doing it professionally and stuff like that. And now here I am now working with my brother. So you
Really?
see, it's like a 360.
Really?
It's like a 360.
So what's your brother do? What he do?
Oh, my brother, man, he's a married man now, lives in Florida.
Nice.
He used to do that real estate, get that money. Now he's making mad money doing these studio production work. He got a big studio production company down there in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
And his mind is right, got a beautiful wife. And me being able to write music, every time I write music with him, I feel it's like these are like, I'm making up for all the lost years.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm making up, every time I write a song that he makes for me, it's like I'm making up for all the lost years. And that's the way of God saying, see, I told you I was going to put you on harm's way.
No doubt. No
Because,
doubt.
look, it's like ain't nothing changed. I'm still doing music. And I'm doing it with my blood,
Word. What was the first song that you got to go on the music platforms? The first song you got to get on the music platform, as you said that that you
When I
copywritten in. It's
the
all
first-
business now. It's
Well,
like,
the first song I did was called, that got me out there, was gotta do something. I gotta say rest in peace to my dog Kenny Ken.
Kenny Ken.
I didn't even know he passed away.
Wow.
I just found out maybe a week and a half ago.
Yeah, that's the DVD dude.
Yes, he was.
DVDs
And he had a heart, man. He was out there helping those kind of like you.
Yeah.
Bringing people into his home, being known from a can of paint, doing stuff like
I remember
that.
Kenny Ken, good dude, bro.
And one day I was in his house. I started rapping this song. He called my man Storm from LA.
Storm.
Los Angeles. He was with Mobb Deep and those guys. And then he said, yo, I got this guy who could spit. And then maybe 2 weeks later, Storm came back from Cali. We went to the studio. I started hanging out with Daily Venoms, Mobb Deep. I was on the record with these guys. So right there, I was like, yeah, I'm about to blow up. But one thing about me, I was dreaming, not knowing, but I already knew realistically that it wasn't going to happen overnight.
Of course.
But at the same time, I had to believe in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was going with the flow, and I was just taking notes from everybody. They didn't even know it, but I'm just taking notes and just saying, okay, I feel as though I'm getting the help right here, I'm getting the help right there. But then once I felt as though that, all right, my time is up in Jersey City. I mean, I think I did enough. I mean, I completed my mission. So I moved right from there to New York City. And then I started another chapter.
Another whole
chapter. And that's when it started to really pop for me because now I was in the Big Apple. And that was my whole plan. Because at first I was going to go back to Camden. And I'm glad I didn't because I wouldn't have been able to experience what I'm going through now.
Right. So now you have a family?
Yeah, man. Been with this woman.
How does that feel? How does that make you feel, brother?
Hey, man, you already know what I'm going to say. I feel blessed, man.
Yeah, brother.
I'm blessed.
Yes, sir.
I'm blessed,
That's
man.
A blessing, brother.
I'm blessed.
2 children?
2 children. You know, I got a daughter. You know, she's not in my life, but I know one day she'll be in my life. So
no doubt.
I just live life. I'm a realist, man. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a realist. I'm going to say it how it is, not what it's supposed to be.
Facts.
It's reality.
It's reality, brother. It's reality. No doubt. It's reality. So I'm definitely proud of you, brother, for the accomplishments you made. Married now, 2 children, still on your grind, was always a hustler, always an entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
You remember back in the day when I was like, yo, Supreme, man, I bought me a freezer, but I need a spot to put it. You let me use your barbershop. I was selling ice cream. So I was always hustling. I always wanted to work for myself. I mean, I was working those jobs here and there. But I'm like, man, I got to do things to make money. Even if I got to sell T-shirts or sell pencils,
real talk.
I've had to do it for myself, and I was happy.
Yes, sir.
People didn't even realize that I didn't have family. They said, I didn't even know you didn't have family the way you act. I said, man, because I'm living life. If you've been trapped all your life and you're finally free, you're going to live life like ain't nothing. Like, man, you saying this is bad? Man, that's not bad to me at all.
Facts. Not bad.
And that's how I was living life. Through every time I was talking to people, I'm like, you're mad because of that? I used to tell them, no, this is the reason why. They looked at me like, who are you to tell me? It is what it is.
They didn't know your struggle.
But
they didn't know your struggle. Good. And you still had that that peace of mind and that energy. You know, they would have never known that, you know, where you came from. I mean,
because at that time I didn't want to talk about that. See, it was kind of like even when I went to high school for the first time, up in that boondocks. And I never talked about my life. They didn't even know nothing about my life. All they knew was I came from this boot camp. And that was it. And this guy wants to go to high school. And I was just happy to go to high school.
Real talk. Damn. Deep.
Sometimes you can't cry over spilled milk, man.
No doubt.
I'm one of those types. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens, man. I've gotten better over the years now. Because now, back in the day, I used to get a lot of panic attacks because I used to always try to control things I couldn't control. And worry over things I couldn't control.
Powerful,
now I just let God deal with it. Got me this far.
Put it in God's hands like that.
That's right.
That's what's up. That's a blessing, man. And you know, I'm not going to forget either that I'm always going to remind you of this. You always told me once you make it,
I was gonna give you $10,000. Damn, you still remember that?
The house.
You added $10,000.
No. It was a house and $10,000.
Man, you said, and then you went to $20,000.
You said house and $10,000. I remember that.
Hey,
no doubt.
Well, hey, I think I got a few people on my list that I owe a lot to, man.
But you know,
I'm loyal. I'm a loyalist, man. I've always been like that.
I like to say that, man. I want to say you're very confident dude, brother. And, you know, man, I'm proud of you once again. You never, you know, took on a challenge with fear. I remember the first time I brought you to New York.
Oh, yeah. And we met that guy, that TV show. When was it? Me and he had a daughter. What was it? He said, I like your work. What's his name?
I forget the
Me
name.
and something. It was that girl, and he was the father.
Right.
He was a single father.
Right. But the thing was, you know, I wanted you to get on the stage. Bro, you had no fear. You had no fear.
Did you expect that?
No, I'm just saying. It was just like the average person.
Yeah.
They were worried.
A lot of people always say that. I never understood that. Why?
Yeah. Hey,
maybe because the light's been on me all my life. I'm so used to just having people watch me. Come on, man. I was brought up. I feel as though I always say like my life was like a monkey, man. They was doing lab work on me and other foster kids.
Real talk. That's deep. He said they was doing lab work.
Oh yeah.
Why you say that? What make you say that?
It's facts, man. They was experimenting on medicine with us. Ain't nothing changed. Yeah, they experimenting, man. That's going back into the 50s and the 40s too, man. Especially with minorities like me.
Wow.
Giving us medicine to see if it'll work or not.
Like what type of medicine?
Medicine like Thorazine and that type of medicine, Ritalin. Yeah. Back then, that's when it was starting to come out. When I was a kid,
strong.
That's when it was
really
starting.
affecting people. You know
that's when they started throwing it out there. Because before that, they didn't know how to. They didn't have no names for kids like us, emotional disturbed and stuff like that. They said we was retarded.
Yep.
That's the only word they know. Them motherfuckers must be retarded.
Yep. Real talk. Yep. So did that medicine affect you?
Man, that medicine didn't do shit for me,
I'm talking about far as you stop wanting to stop take it.
Man, let me be honest with you, man. That medicine didn't do anything for me. All it did was give me cotton mouth and make me more mad.
Right.
That's all it did. It made me go to sleep, and I went back to wake up. I was hyper again.
Right.
So it wasn't really doing nothing. See, that's the problem, man. They give you medicine thinking that's their way of just telling you to shut up, sit back, put you to sleep. Instead of saying, all right, let's find a home for him. Let's find real parents.
Let's see what
not just
like. Let's
anybody.
see what they like to do and all that good stuff.
Yeah, not just, a number came out the hat. Oh, this family, all right, go on to him. You got foster kids, and then you have caseworkers with, like, back then they had like 50 other caseloads. How you trying to work with me and you got 50 other cases?
Impossible. One person having 50 other cases.
I can imagine how it is now.
Wow. That's crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable.
And I used to always tell you, people used to be like, oh man, you should be signed when you rap. I said, man, it ain't about being signed. I said, this is a stepping stone. I said, I want to be a political activist. Remember I said, always say that?
Yep, I remember that.
I said, I want to be the voice for the voices, man, for the people that's in the system, because it's deep out here and people are afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid no more.
Yeah.
I went years where I used to give people fake names and people didn't really know me. They didn't really know me, and I played that role. I played an actor role like Denzel, man. I could have got the Oscar.
Yes, sir.
And then once I started rapping in Jersey City, that's when it all changed. That's when I started to remember everything. I remember when I first started writing in the studio was with D.O. And I used to cry.
Right.
He used to always be like, why you all right, man? I said, man, I don't know why I'm crying. I am. And then I realized why, because we tend to block things out, all the craziest things, and I had
always your subconscious.
So I had to realize that it's time to face the demon. See, we don't want to face the demon. Even those that be like, I go to church or pray to God, man, they still didn't face the demons, and that's why they're saying they're praying to God. But once you face the demon, you don't gotta, in a sense, you don't gotta pray no more, because you already know He already worked it for you, man. He already worked His magic for you. Just by you being able to face the demon.
Yeah, man. But it's always good to pray.
Of course, it's always good to pray.
Always good to pray.
It's always good to pray. But what I'm saying, though, is that don't make it seem like God's going to save you. Because kind of like this, people out here killing and shooting, right? But then they go to jail, and all of a sudden, then they Muslims. See, it took them they had to kill people, and then they go to jail. Now they want to wake up. See, I was already woke. I was already woke a long time ago. There's a difference for me.
Facts.
My shoes.
Feel you. Wow. Deep. Yeah, your story is a story that a lot of people can learn from. I can definitely say that.
And I'm still learning from it. That's the thing. That's the great thing about it. I'm still learning more about me every day.
Yeah. Everybody got a story.
Yes. Everybody has a story.
I remember you said one time, you said, everybody got anxiety. Everybody bipolar.
Yeah. Yup. That's right.
I remember you saying,
That's
I was
always
like,
trying to-
yo, that's the truest statement
right.
you ever
I should
made, brother. Real talk. That was
Now,
that was,
and now we're starting to see it on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah, yeah.
It tells you,
Facts.
right?
Yes,
Look at all these politicians. They all crazy and stupid and weird. I'm no different than them.
yes, sir.
They just had a home to carry them through
Real
their
talk.
nonsense.
They had a consistent home. That's
Yes, that's all. That's the only difference.
That's deep. That's deep. That's real talk, brother. That's real talk. So, what's your next step, brother? I know you, like I said, you're an entrepreneur, and got your music on all social music platforms. What's your next big step that you're trying to do now? And by the way, where can they find your music? Daze the Nomad. And why do you call yourself the Nomad? I know there's like 3 or 4 questions in one.
Well, let me answer that one day.
Go ahead.
I call myself Daze the Nomad. I call myself Daze because I always said life is nothing but a confusion, state of mind of how you see things. Not to say you're right and not to say you're wrong.
Right.
There's only one man that could judge you. That's the man upstairs.
That's right.
And I started calling myself Nomad because I was around a few people in Jersey City at a party, and they were spelling their names backwards and how I spell their names backwards. Let me spell my name backwards. I said, oh, damn, that is me. I am a nomad. My name is Damon.
Right.
Spell it backwards.
Nomad is basically somebody moving around, going place to place, to city.
But before Nomad,
Right.
I was going to call myself Paradox. I used to always bug Dio every day. Dio, should I call myself Paradox or should I call myself Nomad? Paradox, he used to always be, oh, here we go again. Everybody used to always say, here we go again. Because I used to always I needed some reassurance. And I say, you know what? I'm going to stick to Nomad. I like Nomad.
Nomad.
Daze the Nomad. And that's why I call myself Daze the Nomad.
That's a deep way of making your name original. Just spelled it backwards. That's fire, and it means something. That's
And it
deep.
mean- yeah,
it really
that's
means
what-
something. That's
So
fire.
it's meant to be, I felt.
Yeah.
I believe in it.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Definitely. So what's your next step?
Man, my next step is to keep doing what I've been doing. Putting myself out there on social media and finding and getting people like you that believe in me. Like I always said, I'm just looking for people that believe in me, man. Even back then, you know what I'm saying? Here I was always helping others, even if they didn't help me. I didn't care. You know why? Because I felt as though when I was helping others, it made me feel good. So if
Facts.
I'm good, then I'm all right there. You see, look at me now. Those same people probably not even rapping no more. They probably doing whatever the case may be. I'm still rapping. I got a wife. I got kids. And I'm living my life.
Come on, brother. Come on. You had a big wedding?
Man, it was a big wedding in my book.
Okay. How was the wedding?
Man, it was great, man. I even put it on social media
That's
live
what's up. That's what's up.
at the courthouse.
Oh, that's right. Courthouse. You like me. Courthouse. I love
Hey, man.
That's how you do it. The courthouse, brother.
Hey,
You know what I mean? I
get
just
it
put
where
a
you
post
can.
up.
Oh, yeah?
I just put a post up saying that some of the big fancy weddings don't last as long as the courthouse.
No, they don't.
You know what I
Look
mean?
at it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look at them getting married. They just at McDonald's or somewhere. Oh, speaking of that, look at the guy a couple of days ago I was reading. He proposed to his wife, a black couple in
Right.
KFC, right? And that journalist started to shame him. And guess what happened?
What happened?
McDonald's and everybody are funding his wedding.
Come
you
on.
see how God
That's
works?
Trying to make fun of you, didn't
It
realize.
was on TikTok today.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
I said congrats.
So you feel like this is she is definitely the one. And how is she good for you? Why would you say this woman is definitely good for you?
Well, I would say this, man. First of all, majority of the men that have a good woman in their life, they tend to mess it up. You know that. And I did that. We all have done that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you finally get that one that's really meant for you, you gotta you had to change yourself.
Facts.
And that's pretty much what I had to do, man. Because every time I was in a relationship, it was never a problem with the woman. It was me. And I knew that because I was going through stuff. And I told them that. And I understood that. But once I knew that I was ready to really commit, I said, it's going to be that time. And it's, here go a funny story. It's crazy. But back in the day, I used to always go to sleep and I used to have dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to dream that I was in Camden, New Jersey. I guess I was like a sign saying I was missing home.
Mm-hmm.
So even back in Jersey City, I used to say, damn, man. I said, people used to be like, if I get married, are you going to get married one day, this and that? And I never told nobody this. I only told a few people this.
Right.
I said that if I was going to get married, I wanted to marry somebody that was back in Camden. And it might sound weird, but I wanted that because I felt as though I needed that connection. I needed those roots again for some
where you
reason.
were, right? From where you were
And I
raised.
never thought about, I want to go find somebody. I just so happens to be. You remember when I said I'm about to go see my mom after 25 years? I called you on the bus.
Yeah, I remember that.
I said, I didn't see my mom in 25 years. So I called my brother. He sent me some money on the Greyhound. I went down. And then, before you know it, I'm with this woman, Janisha Patterson.
Come on.
And she's from Camden.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Even though she was brought up in Philly area. So I said, damn, that manifestation is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like, you know? And I always knew, I always had that in me, man. Because I always believed if I keep saying it, if I keep thinking about it, and I just go at it and get it done, it's gonna happen. Like when I was at that, when I was in psych wards, I remember this one big dude. He was an big fat guy, right? I was in the Cherry Hill Hospital in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and one time they used to take me out to they had me in 4-point restraints because I always wild out on them, man.
Right.
Fighting. And I used to go out in the back and shoot basketball. I used to be like, I'm gonna play ball one day for D1 school.
Yeah. And
I was saying that because I believed that I could play ball one day, and I knew I could do it. And I know they looking at me like,
he ain't gonna be.
Got out of 4-point restraints. He is crazy.
Yeah.
But then 10 years later, I'm at Rutgers University getting ready to play, but then something happens with my credits. But that tells you that if you keep going at it, if you believe in yourself, it's gonna happen. You can't give up though. I mean, I haven't given up now, and I'm still going at it, and I'm doing things right now that I should have been doing 20 years ago.
Come on.
But now I'm getting it now. So that should tell you something.
Yeah.
You're never too old.
You're never too old. And it's never too late.
Never too late.
Never too late, brother.
And believe in yourself.
That's right. And that's one thing I can say you do. You definitely believe in yourself. And I like that about you. I like that about you. And I think a lot of young men need to definitely take on that type of characteristic, is to definitely believe in yourself, man. So you, yeah, kudos to you.
You believe in yourself.
Oh yeah, I have to.
Your energy used to rub off on me.
Well,
that's why I used to always come around you, man. Yeah.
Word. That's what's up.
It was like I knew you all these years, man. Like I knew you, like you was part of family.
No doubt. Wow, thank you, brother, for even just coming here to, tell people your story, man. So that definitely means a lot to me. And I appreciate you wanting to do it here.
I say, man. I say, let me come over here, man.
Yeah.
Traveling over here is like me traveling from here, going all the way to Coney Island. So it's the same. Ain't no different.
Ain't nothing different. What's the craziest thing you've seen in your life coming up in Jersey City, Camden, and now New York?
Craziest thing? It could be good or negative, bad, whatever. The craziest thing I ever seen?
Yeah, it could be a positive. It can be a negative.
Craziest thing I ever seen growing up. Man. Well, you know what? The craziest thing I've seen, I remember when I was in a group home. The group home I told you about when I first left Camden, I went to Manaloka, and that group home was set up like they had couples. Like say if you was a couple and you wanted to work at that group home, you're gonna move and they're gonna move you in there. So this guy named Mr. Ruffin, I still remember him to this day. He was like a father to me. He was from Baltimore. But him and his wife, Penny, she died. They didn't even know that. But they came and they was in that group home. And they were running that group home. And they had a baby and everything. But make a long story short, it's just the fact that these people right here, man, they it made me feel like, hold up. I don't want to get off subject because it got me everywhere right now. But what was the topic though?
Basically, we're talking about what's the craziest thing.
Yeah, the craziest thing.
Right.
And the craziest thing was, even he was in charge of the group home, him and his wife. But at the same time, he was a director at Jamesburg. So I used to be so bad all the time. So one time he took me to Jamesburg. I was like 8 years old. And when I was in his office, this kid came in and his hair was on fire.
Wow.
And he said, Mr. Ruffin, my man burnt my hair. And then when the guy left, Mr. Ruffin looked at me. He said, is that how you want to live? Is you want to go through this? He used to always take me there.
Really?
always trying to scare me because
Right.
I was out there, man, Logan Seaside Heights, going into Toys R Us,
Right.
stealing Michael Jackson tapes. I
Yeah,
love Michael
yeah.
Jackson, Jackson
The
5.
music.
So I'm stealing his tapes and stuff like that, stealing stuff and all. So he used to take me over to try to scare me. Didn't work, but you know, I think that's one of the craziest things I've seen.
Wow, seeing the little guy hair burning.
He was like 14.
wow.
Hair was on fire. He said, Mr. Wright, you set my hair on fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting, brother. That's deep. If you have any questions for my man Daze the Nomad, please, you can call in. You can state your questions on the comment board, and you know, we want to, you know, give Dave some questions, some Q&A if you would like. All right, so the number is on the screen as we speak. You can call in, and if you have any concerns, any questions for this young man, please do so. And until then, we can go into his music. Where can they find your music?
You can find my music. Well, you could just go onto my Instagram, which is @official_Daze the Nomad, and just go into my own bio and hit that, and you'll find everything. Or you could just Google Daze, D-A-Z as in zebra, E as in Eric, the Nomad, THENOMAD, and mostly my stuff will pop up on Google.
That's what's up. So you can go grab his music on all those music platforms. He been rocking for a while. I think he has. I see him a lot on Instagram. You know what I mean? He always hit me all the time on the inbox on Instagram, and always hit me on Facebook. Basically saying, check this out. You know, he has some of the most. You know how when people just make up rhymes, make up raps. He definitely have a lot that he just make up, and he's starting to sing a little bit. I've noticed that. One song I noticed that he sung a little hook, and I was like, "Yo, man, you need to really keep doing that, bro." Yeah, that's dope.
Me. But you know what? You was all. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You saying that? You know, you the first person, even to this day, that ever gave me a compliment on saying that you improved. Back in the day, I used to always come to you every day, remember?
Yeah.
And then one time I came into your barbershop. I still remember you said, "Damn, D, you writing better."
Yeah.
And I remember stuff like that. Yeah, little things like that makes me want to go even extra hard.
Go hard, yeah. That's facts, brother. That's facts. So I'm definitely proud of you, brother. Yes, so those who want to ask Daze a question, go ahead.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared to ask him any question. Dealing with anything, he's willing to answer those questions. Yeah. What's good with your piece, my man Allen? How are you, sir? Zyrell, what's good with you, brother? Much love and respect. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. If you guys can share the page, like the page. You never know. Stories like this can help someone else. You never know what someone is going through. And we constantly always need to try to encourage some people that may be going through it. You know what I mean? This man went through it, and he's still staying encouraged, brother. You know what I mean? So I know for a fact that it will help somebody else because they may be going through it worse than he was going through it right now. And they may be 30 years old. Yes. They may be 35 years old. You know what I mean? So he is definitely a testimony that no matter what you go through, you can continue and keep pushing and you still will be successful. And that's a fact.
That's right.
That's a fact. Any questions for Daze the Nomad? I would like for you to, hit one of them poems, man. One of your newest ones. One of your newest ones, because this, I think you're giving them a taste of one of your poems or one of your, lyrics. Oh, I got somebody calling in now. All right.
Call from Blackout.
What's good with you, my brother? Peace and blessings. What's good with you?
What's good with you, Supreme?
Peace, Black.
Just
what's good?
A quick call up there.
Hey, man.
I'm chilling, man.
Blessings. Thank you for chiming in. Mr. Blackout. The Blackout.
That's right.
The Jersey City. What's
One
good,
of the
brother?
top freestylists.
Yeah, man.
Man, you already know, man. I had to call up there. You got the good dude up there.
No.
Daze, what's good, my brother?
What's good, Mr. Blackout, Mr. Family Man?
Man, I'm just sitting back right now watching the interview.
Thank
You
you,
know
my
what I'm saying?
brother.
It's a good thing that you up there. Supreme, you always doing it big anyway.
Yes.
Grabbing the right people to really talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the things
You
you have
already
done
know.
also, too, brother. Man, I can remember this brother, man. This brother calling in Blackout.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
at
we
the
go back.
barbershop. Yeah, he was at the barbershop one time, and a young lady, she was in need. She didn't really have money for her haircut, and not for her haircut, but her kids' haircut. She had a few children, and I could remember her telling me that she didn't have the money, and I was like, "It's all good, you know what I mean? It's all good, you know." That's what, you know. She was crying and everything. She was going through something that particular day. Blackout actually came to me and say, "Here, Preem, this for her."
Yup.
Bang!
That's
He hit
Blackout.
me. He hit me with a nice whop, and I gave it to her. And look, and he came back with clothes.
Yup.
And look, and
That's
wanted
deep.
to to be anonymous.
See, that's even better.
You understand? But I still told her.
Word.
Blackout.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't want
crazy.
to. I didn't want it to come. I didn't want her to think it came from me.
Listen, Blackout was one of those
Yeah.
types where when you, I ain't gonna lie, Blackout, you one of the dopest freestyles I ever heard in my
That
life.
boy can
you
rap.
used to
That
make
boy
me
can
want
rap.
to learn how to freestyle. But what it is though, when Blackout used to freestyle, you would think that damn, this man, he's a killer,
Right.
and then he does stuff like this. So you already seen he had every gift.
It's in him, bro.
It was
It's
in him.
He has a compassion.
Yes.
For people,
You
so
can't
it's
teach
in his
that.
blood. You
You
can't
can't
teach that
teach
shit.
that.
Yeah, you can't teach that. Real
Some
talk.
things you can't teach.
Yeah. So what you got to say to my man Daze, my brother Blackout?
Cheers,
Man,
buddy.
listen, I just want to say, like, at the end of the day, man, he's been a real strong brother. Like, one of my closest friends. Like, it's like, ever since I met him, no one has ever kept it raw and 100 with me like he has.
I
Like,
never knew that.
there's
I
no
never knew that.
sugarcoating. There's
I
no,
agree.
nah, you, man, yeah, man. I'm telling you now, then.
I know you've been
Yeah,
telling
you
me. I
always
didn't.
kept it 100, man.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and him used to have battles. Like, he's like, yo, Black,
Oh, yeah.
you want to fight me, Black.
Yup. Because he didn't
But
want to
yeah,
hear it.
so it was raw a few times.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because you know what? One thing
But
I
yeah, I
noticed.
got love for you, bro.
One thing I noticed about Blackout, you know, he was always that big brother on the block.
Yes, he was. Yup.
He always was trying to guide, lead,
Yes.
and keep brothers in check. You know what I mean?
And
He
I seen that.
always had-
That's
yeah.
why I was around him.
Yeah.
I only
yeah.
want to be around people like that.
Facts. That's a fact.
Yeah, facts.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it do though. But yo, I was like, yo, this is a good thing because he told me he was coming up there.
Oh yeah.
I seen you posted, and I'm like, yeah. So you know, I'm looking for my interview next. You know,
You
Hey
already
man,
know.
you come.
Come
Hey
up
bro,
there.
you're next.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? You
Yeah,
anytime,
yeah,
brother. Yeah, cause you got a story to
You
tell,
already
brother.
know, but
We all got a story to tell.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you straight up though, Daze, yo, listen, man, you've been through a lot. The music is incredible. We got a nice banger together. Too.
What a night. Oh,
You
that's
know what
right.
I'm saying?
What a night.
Oh, what
Right.
a night,
Featuring
yo.
Blackout.
You know
Oh,
what
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
Y'all do have a song together.
What a night.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, I heard
yeah,
that.
man,
That's
that
fire.
joint.
That's fire. That's
When
fire.
he first heard it, he said,
Yeah,
D, I gotta get on that.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
say no more. You want
Yeah,
it.
that's
Just like
dope.
that.
That's
I
dope.
didn't even talk to him in
real talk.
years.
No doubt. Yeah. So where can they
Yeah,
find that song at?
yeah.
Can they go right now on
Spotify. Yep, go
And
right on
type in what?
Just type in What a Night, Daze the Nomad.
And that'll come out. Oh, what a night.
Yep.
Oh, what a night. Yep.
That's
Go
what's
on
up.
any platform.
Yeah,
YouTube, anywhere. It's
Word.
everywhere.
Word. So you can, when you go on that platform, is there a cost? Is there like
It's
a little
only
$99?
$1. Come on,
That's what's
you
up.
can support a brother. It's only $1. It's only
Yeah.
99 cents.
Okay.
Yeah, but that should come with the support anyway.
Of course.
That's
Like
right.
we always, like I always say, these years that's coming up next, we're gonna support each other a lot more. Black businesses,
Did I just
black
say that today?
podcasters.
That's
black
right.
I just told him that
That's right.
earlier. I
That's what
said
we
we
into
need
right
to get
now.
to back. We need to all
That should be
get
a
together
trend.
and unite.
That's a trend.
Because
Should be a
back then
trend.
I was trying to do that back then, but
Yeah.
everybody was everywhere.
It should be a
Yeah,
trend.
you're right. Yeah, you was. And that's a
Remember?
true story, yo.
Remember?
You always
I used to
was
always try to
make
get
sure
everybody
we
together.
all get
D.O.,
together.
Supreme, QC,
Yeah.
but everybody had their own this and this and that. I said, all right, I got to keep going. Like I
Gotta
said, I'm
keep
on
pushing.
a track. I got to
Yeah.
keep moving. Get off at the next
Yeah.
stop,
Hey,
brothers.
we gotta meet each other, and we're gonna meet each other at the top anyway.
That's
brother.
right.
That's what's going.
If it's meant to be, it's
Yeah,
meant to
yeah.
be.
Exactly.
And now look at us now.
Bottom line.
We still
But
here.
you know, at the end of the day, you know, like all we got to do is like what we doing now. We support each other.
Right.
And support ain't got to come always with
money.
financial.
No,
Exactly.
it don't.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
That-
showing up. Like,
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? At any time, because you already
Yeah.
know, Cream.
Yeah.
You call me, I show up. I don't
That's
miss
right.
All
a
the
dollar.
time. Yep.
I know
You
you
know what
do.
I'm saying?
Real
It's just-
talk.
I'm just there.
Real
That's
talk.
right.
And that's what it's
So
about.
at the end of the day, I just wanted to call up, man, tell both of you brothers I love y'all, man.
Love you too,
Keep
man.
rocking and keep doing y'all thing, man.
No doubt.
But I'm
Real
out,
talk.
dope, blackout days. You already know, my brother.
You already
Appreciate
know,
you,
Mr.
brother.
Speaking
Blackout.
that real life, man.
Thank you for calling in, bro.
I'll holler at y'all later.
Real talk.
Yes,
Much
sir.
love. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, good brother right there,
Yes,
man.
he
That
is.
was a shot.
That was love right
Yeah,
there.
that was definitely love right there. Good brother, blackout, man. Anybody else want to call for a question for Daze the Nomad? Any question, it doesn't matter what it is. Any question, statement, or any positive reinforcement or confirmation to my
I
man
take
Daze.
constructive criticism too.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. So you said the next thing you're trying to do, you still dreaming.
I'm just. It's pretty much everything that I'm doing now is like it's what I wanted to do from day one. It's just sometimes you have obstacles. It takes you longer than most people. I'm like a late bloomer. That's what I was. I always been a late bloomer, but it was all right though because once I caught on to it, it was a wrap.
Come on, brother. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me see something real quick. Give me 1 minute.
I like your setup too.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate you,
got
man.
this off.
I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Thomas Phillips says, that's Black. He said, one of the realest I know. My brother Daze, great interview. Thank you, man, again for chiming in
Thank you,
and
thank you.
supporting.
Thank you
And
for the
just like
support.
Blackout was just speaking about support.
That's right.
You know, I would like for those who are here, if you see in this video now or later, just please press like
And subscribe.
or just follow
That's right.
or just share, because you never know who this video or this interview might help. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people in the world that's going through it. And, you know, for them to hear somebody that went through it as well and still standing, you know what I mean? That can mean the world to them. So please share.
But you know what?
Go ahead.
You are similar to me, man, because you've been through some obstacles and you're still able to just. It breaks people what you've been through,
Oh, yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah,
and
bro.
you're still able to
Yeah.
keep your mind right, keep your head up.
I gotta keep moving,
You
bro.
was like that since day one.
Yeah, gotta keep moving, brother. Gotta keep moving. You know, like I said, like that little slogan I be saying. You have to turn the pain into gain.
That's right.
You have to.
Got to,
You know,
man.
man, can't let it stop you.
Can't.
Real talk. Real talk. So, man, I want to thank you, man, for coming up to give me the opportunity to, you know, share with the viewers your story. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
And I appreciate you bringing me into your house, man.
No doubt, no doubt. If you would like, brother, you can, you know, give your last statements to some of the people out there. What you want to say that will be that they can hold on to.
I just want to say,
and leave with.
I just want to say, to all my fellow men, women, you know what I'm saying, in Jersey City, you know, we all we got in a sense when it comes to unity, when it comes to family. You know, that's why I came up with this new song that's about to drop called Black Love, because right now, that's what we're missing right now. We're missing love in the household, you know, because it all starts in the household. And once you leave that house, it's a different life. So, you know, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to just thank Jersey City for getting me to where I'm at today, because I don't think I would have gotten this far because there was a lot of people in Jersey City. Well, it was like 3 major families that gave me food, water, and shelter. I always said that my life was like the Underground Railroad in Jersey City, because I was meeting people from they didn't know me from a can of paint. They had babies and they was just leaving me with their kids because I was me. I was just being who I was. So it was either you just going to feel that vibe and trust me or just move on. And I had people like the families that brought me into their homes when I needed a place to sleep and let me live with their family until I was able to get on my feet. So I want to thank those in Jersey City for helping me get to where I'm at now. And now I'm at a peace of mind. I got a peace of mind. That's
Come
what
on,
it is.
brother.
I got a peace of mind.
All praises to the one God.
That's right.
All praises due, brother. Proud of you, brother. Definitely proud of you, man. So we're going to close this on up, man.
Yes.
If there's anything else anybody wants to chime in, please do so now. We're going to close this out. But much love and respect. Please share, like the page, and press follow on this page on YouTube. Much love to you guys.
That's right.
Press subscribe on YouTube. Much love and respect.
Peace. Yeah. Also, I just want to let people know, I want y'all to be that voice for those who need it. Because a lot of people out there right now sitting right next to you, walking right by you on a bus or wherever you may be, who needs somebody to be like, damn, you feel my pain. And I can understand that. That's all we ask for. That's what anybody asks for when they're going through the struggles, to be their voice.